to your greatest purpose. And I know in your ebook you talk a lot about that. What would you say to someone, again, who's maybe just waking up to their purpose? And what are some of the hints that could kind of help them find their highest purpose, as we like to say, in personal development?
Totally. So I used to have this feeling that there's got to be something more to life than this. And not in a I'm ungrateful with what I currently have way, which sometimes we can feel a bit of shame, like, oh, why can't I just be happy? There's something wrong with me. But there's like this deeper knowing, like in my solar plexus, in my heart, in my gut, like there's got to be something more to life. And realizing that more of the same wasn't going to get me a result that I was interested in. In other words, more promotions, more money, kind of. If I were to take this path that I'm on and multiply it by 5, I wouldn't be happier with that number, so why am I continuing to go in that direction? And so when I started to question, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? What is it that matters most to me? And really, like, who am I? It's almost this identity quest of, here's who society has trained me to be, and here's what my soul wants to be. And so can I quiet the noise of society enough to actually hear the desires of my soul? And then, here's the scary part is, what if I actually do hear those desires and society says, that's not okay, right? What if I want to be this way? What if my heart wants this? What if that? And that's the kind of proverbial coming out of the closet of, like, here's who I really am. Here's what really matters to me. And part of that is a self-awareness as to what's mattered to you in life up until this point, whether you're conscious of it or not. And part of it is who you want to create yourself as going forward. Because in every moment we get a chance to recreate ourselves. You can be the type of person who doesn't do interviews, and then you do an interview, and holy shit, now you're this new version of yourself that does interviews. How awesome. And the same for any other situation. You can be the person who doesn't talk to the person who you're attracted to. You just wait until they come to you, and then all of a sudden you just say, you know what, like, life is short. I might be dead tomorrow. Why not just go talk to this person right now? Take a deep breath. Don't overthink it. Go talk to them and make that the win. They don't need to be your soulmate. You know, they don't need to go out to dinner with you, but just go say hi to them, right? Like, awesome. Right now, you're like a new version of yourself in some way. So I was really questioning these things, like, who am I? What am I here to do? Etc. And what I've ultimately, come to realize is that there is a set of things that are in your heart. And we can call these values, we can call these the things that matter most to you. And these things have to do with, if you were to look at the experiences that you've had in your life, and you were to look at what experiences have been most meaningful to me, what experiences have made me most excited or most proud, and look at the kind of common threads through this experience. And this is some of the work that I do. If anybody is interested in learning more about this, you can email me, jacob@sensophy.com, SENSOPHY.com. I can give you a free resource or something to help you kind of unpack what these values are. That when you realize, oh wait, these are the things that matter most to me, then you can take an inventory of your life and say, well, how much of these things are currently in my life? Which of these is missing the most? And what action steps can I take in order to become into alignment with these different values that matter most? And in case you're wondering what values might be, like for me, values are things like growth, making sure that I'm learning and applying what I'm learning, authentic connection, having conversations like this one that actually matter to me, that actually speak about what's important and in my heart, contribution, doing things that I feel like are not just beneficial for me, but that they're helpful for everyone or for a selective few who I'm intending to help. And these are just a few, but if you look at these three values that I just mentioned, this interview is in alignment with all of those things. There's a sense of growth for me, right? I get to grow and learn and share what I'm learning. I get to connect about what matters, and hopefully someone who's watching is getting something out of this. And so we want to look at what is it that matters most to me, and then how can we day by day, moment by moment, and then ultimately in the long run, create a life that allows me to express these things on a consistent basis.
Beautiful. And I'm going to put a link to that you had mentioned right below this video so that people can hit you up. And can you tell us, Jacob, I know we don't have much time left, can you tell us where is Sensifi going? What's up for you coming up next after Bali, and just in terms of the blog and everything that you've got going?
You know, I was hoping maybe you could tell me the same. I'm not really sure. And the same way that I was in an identity quest 5 years ago or 6 years ago, really wondering who am I and what am I here to do, it's funny, I feel like my business is a little bit in that point right now. It's like I've set out to create an extraordinary life, and that was my big mission, and I've done that, right? And I've set out to create an extraordinary business, and that was my other big mission, I've done that. And now I'm like, well, what is that next story that I'm going to engage in? What is that bigger thing? So, in complete transparency, I'm sitting and playing in that inquiry myself of, I know what matters to me. I know that I want to help people live with more fulfillment, with less suffering, be true to who they are in their heart, celebrate that, be in community of people who really support their growth and their own sense of who they are without feeling wrong for being themselves. And I can go on and on. I love helping people with all of these things that we've been talking about today. And how I'll be expressing that in the next 5 years, I don't know. I'm excited to explore and experiment and try some stuff out. But we do have our retreat, so we're running our next retreat in Bali, which is called Dharma, Dollars, and Dopeness. That is sold out. It's happening next month. But we'll probably run another 2 retreats in the next year. So if people are interested in engaging more deeply, there's other ways you can do that also, but you can feel free to just shoot me an email and hit me up.
That sounds good. And oh my gosh, that vibe definitely comes through. Just that you know your purpose, you know what you have to offer, and we are just so grateful for this chat today. I've gotten so much out of it. I know the Mavens will as well. So I just want to thank you, Jacob, and wish you a very happy 2016. I'm excited to watch that journey as well with Sensifi and with you personally, and I just really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I appreciate the great conversation and for you to step out into this opportunity and embrace it and help me take this wisdom that I'm passionate about into the lives of the people who interact with you. So thank you.
Absolutely. I really do consider you a soul sibling, as you say, and I've already called several different people soul siblings, so I'm going to credit you every time I use that phrase.
That's
It's
great.
a beautiful phrase. It just kind of describes just what I feel about, everybody in the world. We really are all soul brothers and soul sisters, so thank you for sharing yourself with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks, Jacob.